Hi Jason, my name's Daphne, one of the tutors here at IeltsPodcast.com. Thank you for getting involved on the course. I really hope we can help you on your IELTS journey. These look like two really nice essays. Well done, great start here. The topic of both of them is kind of education and schools. So first one, some people think schools have to be more entertaining, others think their sole purpose is to educate. So here we go. People have different views about whether the primary purpose of school is to teach students so they can learn as much as possible knowledge. Okay. When you use whether in a sentence, you kind of need to give me both sides of the argument. So whether the primary purpose is to teach students so they can learn as much as possible, or simply blah, 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 to amuse them or to divert their attention or to pass the time or something like that. You can reference the entertaining bit. So if you use whether, you need both sides of the argument. However, when asking teenagers to pick up a single word, now pick a single word is okay. I'm thinking not very academic. How they feel in school, the most common choice may be bored. Good. In this essay, I will discuss these issues and demonstrate. I wouldn't say turn my attention to. We don't really say that in English, especially not in writing. I will discuss these issues and argue that you could have. Okay. Now, for me, be careful of this word entertaining. It's in the title, which means to me avoid it, or tell me what you mean, and interesting. So you mustn't keep using this word without really showing me you understand what it is. In traditional, I'd say, educational options, schools are places that strengthen a student's. Don't use your. Stand back. Remember, academic essay. Strengthen young people's or children's memory skills through instruction and guidance by teachers who have introduced many good ways to help students acquire knowledge. Yes, many good. Good is not a very high-level word. Innovative and stimulating, you could say, ways to help children acquire knowledge. Nevertheless, according to a study by somebody, you need to say who the study's by if you're going to use that, okay? Suggests that most classrooms lack intellectual challenge for students. Okay, or you'd say have to say a study by. You'd have to use an American university then. Most for American public schools. It turned out the schools have already become a stagnant site where students see learning as a process. They must get through in order to get a diploma, rather than a shrine for all geniuses to let's go understand, innovate and create. Something like that. Really go for it on the verbs there. Nice argument. Just you need to sort of say who the study's by, and then that will flow a bit better through there. That's just the coherence there. Don't use so, too informal. Go therefore. Just go therefore. It is undeniable that a change needs to be made. Don't use we. So again, like my point about using your, stand back, or educationists or school authorities should make a change. I don't really want your opinion here. Okay, I only want your opinion at the end. So get your opinion out of the way. I mean, like, leave it down here. So, additionally, use a connecting word. Schools need to be a place that schools need to be places. So schools plural need to be places that are much more deeply attached to the rapidly changing world. Good, nice sentence. Compared to dry school subjects, project-based courses should be introduced to engage students to realise and tackle it. Yeah, really nice. I like that a lot. For instance, holding some activities in collaboration with So in collaboration with working scientists or engineers, who have had experience in their fields, could give. So holiday time activities which could give students specialized comprehension in professional. So here, in conclusion, I believe that school does not have to be boring for students. Yeah. Instead, the campus culture. I wouldn't use campus culture because campus culture is more like university level. I would used to say again, educational establishments should be exciting and compelling. Okay, so build your opinion into this paragraph and compelling, and then you could say by engaging with other professional people. You could also say maybe adding in more sport, something like that would work. But really good first essay, very nice indeed, great stuff. Okay, second one. I'm just going to put the title in here for us so we can just refer back to that. Okay. Right. It's true the rapid growth of fun activities such as playing on smartphones may take time away from books, or often, frequently maybe, take time away from books and reading. But in I think you would have to say some activities. Many people believe that. I think rather than it is true that, I think you should start with many people believe that the rapid growth takes away from time travel. However, others argue that these do not replace reading as the main means of providing in-depth knowledge to people, especially for children. Okay, be careful on how you start. You want to start on something quite general, introducing both sides of it. Although, no, I would do the same way as your introduction to the other one was clearer, where you're arguing about give me your opinion and then tell me what the essay is going to talk about. Okay, I think you need to do that here. Although some compelling ways, I think you should do opinion and introduce. In the next modules you're going to do on the course, you're going to see this great like template kind of algorithm that we go through with you, and I think you'll see what I mean in terms of making sure your introduction is like really organized. And again, don't start a paragraph with perhaps, but on the one hand, or like firstly, some people believe, or there is an opinion that reading isn't the best way for children to learn a new skill. However, it is undoubtedly an essential skill, good, that pre-primary children must obtain in order to become successful at school. This is because, don't start with because, this is because most of the learning is done by reading the content of what teachers are writing on the blackboard. True. Link it together. Or therefore, if children can't read those topics, they will have a rough time. Ooh, I wouldn't say rough time. They may struggle or they may find school difficult. This is too informal. There is no doubt that parents need to encourage their children to read instead of simply playing on smartphones or playing sport. Okay. Indeed, the emergence of new technologies such as apps and smartphones, better than reading, can help children learn a new skill. Okay, so what kind of skill? Such as, give me some examples here. However, we should realize that the children's brain don't use contractions, has not yet fully developed to maturity. Therefore, it may be harmful for children to play on a smartphone. Okay? According to a report from New York Times, teachers believe, so say kind of this essay needs, this is very general, okay? That's why we talk to you about giving examples. This essay needs, it's like it's a bit like up in the sky. It needs to come down with a real example. Yes, I mean, some gaming is good because it can teach you competitiveness, it can teach you teamwork, it can teach you spatial awareness or visual speed or something. You need to be telling me what are the skills, that sort of thing. Teachers believe that. Teachers believe that reading is still the best way to develop a child's imagination and creativity rather than others. And tell me what you mean, such as sport, gaming, music, or whatever. Yeah, so you need to ground it with some examples. Besides, furthermore is better. It can be argued that, or there is no doubt that reading improves a child's academic standards overwhelmingly, both mental mindset and educational skills or knowledge skills. So just again, develop that a little bit with some adjectives in there. In conclusion, I wouldn't say to sum up. In conclusion, I strongly support. Yes, good, that's lovely, well done. However, combined with other exciting and stimulating activities, children can learn wider skills through gaming or sport or music, something like that. Okay, your second essay isn't as strong as your first. The organisation on the first is clearer, and the second one is a little bit harder for me to find my way through it. The paragraphs aren't quite so well put together, but you've done a great job for the first essays. Well done.